Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. First off, 107 subscribers. Oh my goodness. Um, I've been away for a couple days. Some family business kind of got, kind of came up, and haven't really been had time to make videos and post them and whatnot. Not that I haven't been thinking about it, but um, sometimes you have to deal with what what's more the most important parts of your life, and it's kind of what's been going on. But tonight, I figured I'm going to do a pack rat sequence, kind of a what is all that junk uh, part one, maybe part two. I think we're part two. I showed some of my wire art the other night, but people seem to like that. So here it is. We're going to start out uh, with this. This is a well, heck. Of course, I can't see it. I got this model when my daughters had their consignment shop going. It's not actually a model; it's a metal bank, and put on two pairs of readers. And hey, Sam, we kind of miss you there, old timer. Uh, anyway, my daughters had a consignment store and picked this up where it came in a box of stuff. I think for the consignment, and it was all scratched up and whatnot. So I paid, I don't know, a dollar or something to it for. And then I took it home. I took it all apart and I painted it up, cleaned it all up, and then I made up these signs for it. Go on the go on both sides and the back, and it says infant to tween, sprout, upscale, resale, and consignment, and their phone number. And it's set up on their register. I think they ran their store about 2 years. I don't quote me on that. I'm terrible with numbers, but eventually, you know, things happen. Rents go up. Lifestyles change. Things things change. The store changed. I kept this. Sounds like there might actually be some money in it or something. So I don't know. I'd have to get in there and find out, huh? So anyway, that sits up there collecting dust. Down here, I showed you all this box when I found it. See if I can get this up high enough that I can see what I'm actually showing y'all. Here we go. Showed y'all this box when I found it at the thrift store. Now, this stuff isn't normally in this box. It sits over here on top of my some on that big old shelf that's over there, and some on top of my old computer and whatnot. But I gathered it up to show y'all, so I put it in a box just to kind of organize it a little bit. We'll start out. Got some of my wire sculptures. This is a little scorpion wire sculpture. This one's just a spider. Here's a couple of dragonflies, different sizes. Here's a slightly bigger scorpion. I used to do these guys all the time. I had them all over the place. And then another little spider. because they're fun to do. Now, if you notice, I've got skulls all over the place. This one's just kind of a cool, creepy little. I don't know where I got him. I don't know if I bought him, if I found him. Probably bought him. Um, I don't really remember. Um, Now I used to go out and uh, scrap, scrap metal and whatnot, trash collected or trash digging and curb shopping or what have you, and mostly for scrap metal. At one point in time there was a fairly decent call for that. I mean, you could make a couple $100 in an evening. Um, that time isn't now. Scrap is like way down. I actually sold my truck and everything else, but along with it, I mean, you find all kinds of stuff: working cameras, uh, portable DVD players, working lawnmowers. People throw away all kinds of crazy stuff. You come home with boxes of little odds and ends where like mom cleaned the bedroom, and just threw everything in a box and threw it away. So, you know, and I rescued it. I don't know what this little feller is, little girl, whatever the heck it is. It's creepy. It's cool. It sits up on my desk. Um, I think this is supposed to be Captain Hook. And, it's got the hook, it's got the sword, the whole 9 yards. Kind of funny looking, if you ask me. But um, I don't know if he was a McDonald's toy or what. But he's just one of those little finds. Um, this little Baja big bug type thing. I mean, it doesn't have a motor, doesn't do anything. It's just I've always liked bugs. I've liked the Baja bugs. This one takes that all to the max, and it sits over there and collects dust. It's not like I take them down and play with them or anything, but sometimes the grandkids like to get into them. I found two of these. Let's see if I can put them over here so they can be seen. No, that way. There we go. These metal bases, these glass bases, and then these little marbles. This one has the number 20 of Tony Stewart, the NASCAR racer. Um, I'm a NASCAR fan. I don't root for any one team. I root against one team. But and then there's this one. It has the Coasties emblem. It says Coast Guard on it. I was not a Coastie, United States Coast Guard. I was in the Air Force. Uh, but I just think it's neat. I'm not going to throw it away. If I find somebody that was, a Coastie, and I'll give it to them. It's just one of those type things. I was an avid racer for the longest time now. The NASCAR Premier Series has been called NASCAR Sprint Cars or NASCAR Sprint Racing or whatever. I refuse to call it that because that is a sprint car. For as long as I can remember, these little cars with big wheels and a big wing and a big motor, and that is a sprint car, not the NASCAR top of the line. I know it was being called Sprint because of the sponsor was the phone company. I don't care. I'm still not going to call a NASCAR Cup car a sprint car. That is a sprint car. Now it's been changed. Now that the sponsor is Monster, I think it's a Monster drink or something. Um, but anyway, I am a big fan of Pixar. I have been from the very get go when I first saw uh, their they did a short video or a short feature film of their little lamp that's their leg that is their their logo, a little collapsible desk lamp type thing, and um, I was mesmerized by what they could do. And then they came out with, I think it was a Bug's Life or something. Anyway, I've been hooked on Pixar ever since. I'm not quite as crazy about them since they got sold out to Disney, but this little fella, um, and I'm terrible with names, so I'm not even gonna try. He was the tire dealer in the Cars movie, and I got two of those. They're basically identical, so they sit up there. And then I got two of the little tire dudes. This one's actually got the forks and the hat and the symbol on the door and whatnot. And I believe this was from one of the race scenes, uh, probably in the first movie, may have been one of the second Cars movies, or even one of the shorts. I'm really not sure. I don't pay that much attention to them. I watched the movie because the artwork is fantastic. Some of the scenery in the Cars movie is phenomenal. It just blows me away. And then there's this guy. He's a slightly bigger version. So all those kind of sit up there. Like I said, they don't really sit in the box, but they sit up there. Um, and that's probably where I'll end up putting them back up. Um, I also have hanging up here to stick on one of my shelves again because just I'm an artist. I never know what I'm going to use. A lot of the stuff was used off and on. I'd have stuff up there that I could draw from when I was working on the haunted house or whatever. This is just acrylic rod. It was probably it started life as a curtain or a towel bar in a bathroom or something. But it's just a clear acrylic rod. I could put a flashlight in the end of it and make it into a lightsaber type thing, or it's a little thick to be a magic wand, but who knows? It's just probably even cut it down and make a Kubaton out of part of it. I've got 3 or 4 of these laying around, but I keep saying I'm going to do something, and eventually, maybe one day I will. Not long ago, my oldest son. Let me keep that where it doesn't get in the way. Not long ago, my oldest son brought me this. Uh, it's a I don't know, practice stick for some sort of martial arts practicing. I'm sure. Um, I'm nowhere near agile enough to practice any martial art moves. I can do a little bit of twirling. Of course, I don't have a whole lot of use of my ring and pinky fingers in either hand, so it makes it a little difficult. But I can do full arm maneuvers or whatnot as long as I keep my arms down and don't get try to twirl above my head or whatnot. But um, anyway, this is actually right as I walk out the door. I can just grab it and walk out as if I'm walking around outside while the dog's out or whatever. And uh, yeah, and nothing super spectacular. Just that's what it is. So that's hanging around. Now hanging over here off of my shelf are these. These are Christmas ornaments. I got them at Walmart after Christmas for $1. For all 4 of them for $1. And I need to find some corks that are going to fit in that hole. Because what I have planned is to turn them into something like this. A small leather wrapped canteen. Excuse me. They don't hold much. I mean, they're not going to save you if you're out. If you want to go um, out in the bush, or they're not survival type things. They're just something cool to carry. I mean, maybe instead of water, maybe you want to carry, something more of an adult beverage or something. I'm not going to tell you what I carry in this one. This one also has a. At this point, it's all leather. There's a lot of leather there. It will go over my head, down across my shoulder, and hang down to my waist. But anyway, I'll end up probably wrap these in leather, the same, in somewhat of the same manner, and either have a belt loop or the leather, hanger type things, or we'll see. Anyway, I need to find a supply of corks that are the right size. Wine corks are too small. I've already tried them, so I need to find some other corks without spending a whole lot of money. So there's that. Did I pull anything else out? No. So there we go. Just a quickie. Nowhere near. I didn't even begin to touch. Where's all that stuff at over there? There's the computer. Got to be up there somewhere. Oh, there we go, over there. Anyway, yeah, not even beginning to touch that area, let alone some of this. Like over here, some art supplies. Just this holder isn't actually holding very well. So yeah, there you go, folks. Um, give me a like, a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Leave me a comment. Uh, I try to answer everyone I can. Sometimes, excuse me. Sometimes YouTube is really baffling. Says I have a comment and there's no comment there, or it says I have a comment um, waiting to be okayed or something like that, and I go over to the spam thing and there's nothing there, or there's no way to okay the message. Um, Granddad is an old man. Just talked about a workaround for some of that. So I tried that. There's nothing over there for me to actually see if it works. So um, if I haven't replied to your comment, there's a problem with me getting it more than me ignoring you, because I'm not going to ignore you. Good, bad, indifferent. I'm going to comment. I appreciate the good comments. I laugh at the. I actually haven't had any real disparaging comments. A few, there was a comment about my videoing technique. Well, I'm sorry. I'm a small channel. I am not a videographer. I'm working off of a cheap telephone video taker thingy, or some of these. Well, this one was actually my sister's, but cameras like this, or where are we at? I paid $5 for that at a thrift store. It works. It doesn't work well. Um, I actually give it to take it when we're going to be with the grandkids and let them play it with it. Uh, so yeah, I mean, and I understand that it's not the best. I'm not the best videographer. I don't have the best equipment. Um, you get what you pay for, people. I'm sorry, this is YouTube. Uh, I'm not a paid channel. So, yeah, 107. That's just fantastic. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you, folks. Until I see y'all next time. Salancha. Bye bye.